Hi all, welcome back to the second part of Argentina. Our first volcano is Leon Murtagh. Leon Murtagh is 15,745 feet high. It's a volcano in Chile. The central Chilean Andes have an arid climate since Miocene. Thus, a number of volcanic centers going back as far as 25 million years are well preserved. Geologically, this area belongs to the Central Volcanic Zone, a volcanic belt in the Andes, whose magmas are heavily influenced by thick crust of the area. Leon Murtagh is a deeply eroded volcano with a radial symmetric structure on the border between Argentina and Chile. It covers a surface of 80 square kilometers or 31 square miles. It was formed between 25 and 17 million years ago and has a volume of 19 cubic kilometers or 4.6 cubic miles. The crust between Leon Murtagh has an average thickness of 60 kilometers or 37 cubic miles. The crust between Leon Murtagh has an average thickness of 60 kilometers or 37 miles. Better dates obtained on Leon Murtagh by potassium argon dating indicate an age of 19,900,000 to 800,000 years ago, plus or minus 800,000 years ago. It is among the oldest center in the area. Erosion has exposed much of the structure of Leon Murtagh. It includes lava flows 2 to 3 kilometers or 1.2 to 1.9 miles long, lapilli and tephra. Most of the rocks are basalt andesite, dacite. It also presents in the central parts of the volcano, and Aurich basalt has also been found. Some lava flows contain olivine. The magmas that form the volcano are partially evolved magmas, with their formation influenced by the crust. These lavas are considered to be back arc lavas and resemble these of volcanoes further south. A number of ignimbrites are found in the territory. One of them, named Leon Murtagh, is found southwest of the volcano. This ignimbrite is 5 million years old. So let's see top view. And I always like to check to see if there is an area to look at this area, but there is not. So we'll be moving on to the next one, which is the Lyoko. The Lyoko is a dormant stratovolcano at the border of Argentina or Salta province, the Chile Antofagasta region. It lies in the Puna de Atacama, a region of tall volcanic peaks on a high plateau close to the Atacama Desert, one of the driest places in the world. It is the second highest active volcano in the world after Hoja del Salado. Lyoko formed during two different phases in the Pleistocene-Holocene out of dacic lava flows. And it's huge. And there's a campground over here, so we're going to look and see what we can see in this area. If there's any views in this area. Well, there's one over here, so we're going to go here, which is on the other side of the volcano. Okay, let's try that again. Here we go slowly. We're going to a road. I don't know if we'll have much of a view. Alrighty, guys. It's back in behind here, so we didn't really get much of a view, but I think this is it here. And moving on to the next one, which is Lingo. Lingo is a caldera in the Andes of Argentina. It is located southeast of Galan caldera. The caldera is not recognizable from satellite images and is associated with the Pucarilla Cerro Telepas volcanic complex. Volcanic activity in Lingo occurred before a phase of crustal thickening in the region. It generated two major ignimbrites named Alto de la Lagunas and Pucarilla. Two further ignimbrites named Laguno 1 and Laguno 2 were found within the caldera and are associated with caldera collapse. A phase of effusive activity succeeded the caldera formation. So we're going to back out and look. And there's no view, so we're moving on to the next one, which is Mapo. Mapo is a stratovolcano in the Andes, lying on the border between Argentina and Chile. It is located 56 miles south of Tupungato and about 62 miles southeast of Santiago. Mapo retains a symmetrical conical volcanic shape and is among the southernmost 5,000-meter peaks in the Andes. We're going to back out. Let's see if we have any views with this one. No view. And we have views over here by the lake, so we'll go by the lake. Then we have to turn around and look this way. And you can't see a volcano that way. Woo. Okay, well, anyways, it's back in behind there, you guys. So we couldn't see over these rocks here. And moving on to the next one, Manioc. Manioc is a lava dome complex in the Andes. So we can look, there's one here. And we'll see if we got a view on the road over here or not. We have one here. Check out these cinders over here. And moving on to the next one. Negra Mirta Volcanic Complex. This is a caldera in Argentina. It is part of the volcanic centers of the Andean volcanic belt, which has formed a number of calderas in large ignimbrite-producing eruptions. These calderas include Aguas Calientes, Cerro Panizos, Galan, Negra Muerte, and La Pacana. Some of these volcanic centers appear to be associated with large fault zones that occur across Puna. Negra Muerte is a caldera with dimensions of 7.5 miles by 4.3 miles that was formed over two volcanic periods, one about 9 million years ago and another over 7 million years ago. Each volcanic period included the formation of ignimbrites. The Ake ignimbrite in the first and the Toba 1 ignimbrite in the second. After the Toba 1 ignimbrite, effusive activity forming lava flows occurred. After the cessation of the volcanic activity, glacial and fluvial erosion has exposed subvolcanic structures. So we have Negra Muerte caldera complex here. We're going to see if we have any views in this area. We do have one here. So we're going to go over here, and then there's another one right there. Maybe we're up on top of a hill area here. So we can take a look, and this is a caldera over here. And we're moving on to the next one, which is Negra De Toros. And this is a volcano in the Andes. Negra de Toros lies on the Puna, Cerro Tuzgo, and the major Calama Olacapato El Toro fault line lie nearby, as do active and inactive hot springs. This major fault zone is accompanied by a chain of volcanic systems. The basement in the region is formed by Precambrian-Cambrian units, with Cretaceous Oligocene sediments and ignimbrites from the Aguas Calientes caldera. And we have a road over here, so we'll see. We have some over here too. We have a view right here. Awesome. So hopefully we can see Negra De Toros over there. We need to turn this way, and we can see it's back in here. So it's back there. And again, look at the rocks in this area. I'm assuming maybe they might have taken pictures from the area. And let's look over this way. They took pictures right at the foot of it. So that was what we were looking at, was this area here. And moving on to the next one, which is Hoja del Salado. Hoja del Salado. Wow. And this is a stratovolcano in the Andes on the Argentina-Chile border, and the highest active volcano in the world at 6,893 meters or 22,615 feet. And it's an active volcano. It is also the second highest mountain in the Western Hemisphere and the Southern Hemisphere, and the highest in Chile. It is located about 600 kilometers or 370 miles north of Aconcagua. the highest mountain in the Western Hemisphere, at 22,838 feet. Wow, awesomeness. And you can see these little craters around here. We're going to do a view. Maybe we have a view here. I don't know. So we'll see. We do not have a view on this one, but that is awesome. Okay, and moving back on to the next one. Paru Rio Volcanic Complex. Paru. Paru Volcanic Complex in Jujuy Province, Argentina. The volcano features what was once thought to be a caldera, which contributed to the formation of regional ignimbrites of dacitic to rhyolitic composition. Later it was found that the volcanic complex is better described as a semicircular group of lava domes. And we're moving on to the next one, which is Peleic Volcano. So Peleic Volcano. Wow, check these out. There's a volcanic field. This is a volcano field in Argentina, which straddles the border with Chile. It is part of the province of Back Arc Volcanoes in Patagonia, which formed from process involving the collision of the Chile Rise with the Peru-Chile Trench. It lies farther east than the Austral Volcanic Zone, the volcanic arch which forms the Andean volcanic belt at this latitude. Peleic formed over the Jurassic Basin starting from late Miocene as a consequence of regional tectonic events and local extension. It consists of an older plateau, basalt formation, and younger volcanic centers in the form of pyroclastic cones, scoria cones, maars, and associated lava flows. These vents often form local alignments along lineaments or faults. The volcanic field is noteworthy for the presence of large amounts of xenoliths in its rocks and because the maar Laguna Patroc Ake is located here. The field was active starting from 3.78 million years ago, the latest eruptions occurring during the Holocene, as indicated by the burial of archaeological artifacts. Laguna Azul Mar formed about 3,400 years before present. Wow. We can see the volcano's activities down here. Wow. So we do have a road over there, so let's see what we can see. It may be too high to get a view. But we have no view here, so we'll be moving on to the next one, which is Pan de Azucar Dome. And this is a lava dome group in Argentina. This group lies in the Laguna de Pozuelos region and includes lava flows and pyroclastic flows. A mine is close to the center. And I'm thinking there's a view from over here. And that's a mine. Okay, so we don't have a view there, but we do have a mine here. So this is a mine. But we have a view over here, but I don't know what we're going to be able to see here. And then we have one up on the top there. So we can look out this way. Oh, those horses are llamas. What are those? They look like llamas. We have llamas out there. Interesting. Okay, so the area we're actually looking at is over in here. And we're going to go get a different view. So I saw another one. So we're going over here. I don't know what we're going to see from this area. Can't see much from here. Sorry, guys. And moving on to the next one, which is Payun Matru. Payun Matru is a shield volcano in Argentina located on the reserve Provincial La Payunia of the Malarc department to the south of the Mendoza province. Volcan Payun is notable for large crystals of hematite pseudomorphs after the magnetite of volcanic fumarole origin. Let's check out this very circular here. And that's Sierra Payun over here. We have no views on this one, but it's interesting to note that Sierra Payun is here. Now we're moving on to Pinot. This is Pinot. Pinot is a stratovolcano in Argentina, which has likely erupted within the past 1,200 years. It has young, well-preserved lava flows from the summit and flank vents, which extend up to 10 kilometers from the summit. Radiometric dating has yielded an age of 42,000 plus or minus 7,000 years before present. And we're looking for a view, and there's no view on this one. And moving on to the next one. Paru Rio. Paru Rio. Paru Rio is a stratovolcano in the Paru Rio range, Jujuy province of Argentina. It is formed by several sequences of block and ash flows with subordinate lava flows which reach thickness of 2,100 feet. They were erupted from possibly two vents, although the intense tectonic deformation makes it impossible to tell. These vents probably generated a compound volcano consisting of lava domes, which repeatedly grew and collapsed. And our next one is Pichon Petaroa. This is a complex volcano extending in a north-south direction along the border between Argentina and Chile. It consists of volcanoes of various ages with several overlapping calderas. Those include Volcan Pichon, Volcan Petaroa, and Volcan Azufre. A partial collapse of the complex about 11,500 years ago produced a major debris avalanche, which followed the course of the Tino River until reaching the Chile Central Valley. Petaroa has a crater lake. Laguna de Tino lies at the foot of the Pichon volcano. In this area also is the Vergara International Pass September 6, 2010 eruption. Pichon Petaroa volcano erupted on September 6, followed by a stronger eruption on September 18th. On September 21st, the volcano erupted once again, emitting a dark gray plume of ash. As winds caused the volcanic ash to blow southeast into the Argentina, residents there were warned by authorities to evacuate the nearby areas before Pichon Petaroa would erupt again. And this is Pichon Petaroa over here as well. We're going to see if we have any views on this one. We have one here. Interesting. So we have a back area, but this is probably within the volcano itself. So that was within. And moving on to the next one, Pusto Cortaderas. And this is an isolated basaltic pyroclastic cone in the Neuquén province, Argentina. It is in the Andean volcanic belt. It's here. No, there's no view for this area. And moving on to the next one, La Pava Ramadas. La Pava Ramadas. This is a volcano in northern Argentina. It is a source of widespread explosive eruption deposit in northern Argentina. and the Corte Blanco tuff, which was erupted 8.73 plus or minus 0.25 million years ago. Perlite occurs at the volcanic center and is actively mined. So we're going to look this way. We're going to go over here. So we can look from this way. I don't know. So we didn't see that one. That's Portugal, so there is one over there. We'll go over this way. So we can turn and look over here. Okay, so this is the area that we're looking at. This back over in here. And moving on to the next one, Rincon Volcanic Complex. This is an active volcanic complex in Argentina. This volcanic complex is formed by southwest, northeast trending, 19-mile-long series of volcanoes that contain amphitheaters. The volcanoes are formed mainly by lava flows. Pyroclastic material has only a subordinate role. The amphitheater of cone-shaped southwestern volcano is filled in by a lava dome. The lava domes also occur at the margins of the main complex. The Rincon complex has erupted both andesite and dacite. The rocks have typical volcanic arc composition and contain clinfroxene, orthofroxene, and plagoclase. The magma started off as a calc alkaline and was subsequently modified by the crust and used by crystal fractionation process. The origin of the magmas is ultimately the mantle wedge. The volcano was active about 10 million years ago and shifted from the northwest to the southwest through the history of the complex. The marginal lava domes from the last activity at the Rincon. Guys, I'm trying not to sneeze. So, I don't know. Let's see here. We have views up in there. We have one right here. Awesome. So we can look around this way and see the different volcanoes in this area. So this is a volcanic complex. And moving on to the next one. Risco Plateau. Risco Plateado. This is a stratovolcano in Argentina with an elevation of 16,401 feet above sea level. With a prominence of 5,256 feet, it is one of many ultra-prominent peaks in the Andes. The equilibrium line altitude of the volcano lies at an altitude of 12,500 feet. This stratovolcano has 4 kilometers or 2.5-mile wide caldera with eruptive centers on the northeastern and southwestern margins. These centers are aligned on the northeast trending fracture that also includes a monogenetic center 8 kilometers or 5.0 miles northeast of the caldera. The volcano has produced long lava flows, although the more proximal parts of the flow were later degraded by glaciation. The volcano has been assigned a Holocene age given the young appearance of some of its erupting products. The volcanism was at first dacitic and later changed to basaltic andesite. Oh, I had a view over there. Oops. And I have one here. Let's go down just a little further again. I have one here. Okay, so we can go here to look. And we're looking at the plateau. And this area up here is the area that we're actually looking at. Which is up in here. And that's the Risco Plateau. We have another volcano over this way. And moving on to the next one, San Geronimo volcano. This is a monogenetic volcano like Negra De Toros. It formed on top of the Nimbrites of Miocene age in the Aguas Calientes caldera about 780,000 plus or minus 100,000 years ago, and is formed by lava bombs, and scoria. The volcano erupted basaltic, trachyandesitic lava, which propagated to distances of 5.0 to 6.2 miles. From the west, San Geronimo is part of a 110-mile-long alignment of volcanoes along the Calama Olocapata El Toro Fault. This string of volcanoes is diverse, including calderas and stratovolcanoes on the one hand, and plutons and monogenic volcanoes on the other hand. One volcano that is part of this structure is Aguas Calientes Calderon, whose border the San Geronimo volcano is constructed. So let's back out. I know we've got a row view over here. And let's see if we have a view. Let's just say, no, we do not. Okay. No view on this one. And moving on to Sierra Nevada de Lagunas and Bravas. also known as Sierra Nevada de Lagunas Bravas, is a major ignimbrite lava dome complex which lies in both Chile and Argentina and one of the most remote parts of the Central Andes. Activity in the complex started in Argentina and formed two stratovolcanoes. Later, 12 or more vents formed, some of the craters up to 400 meters or 1,300 feet wide. Lava flows up to 7 kilometers or 4.3 miles long, with flow ridges are also found. It covers a total area of 225 kilometers. Together with Cerro El Condor and Penado, it forms the Calumpaja line, a line of volcanoes that reaches Cerro Blanco. Strong seismic attenuation is observed beneath Cerro Nevada. The snow line in the area lies at 5,800 meters or 19,000 feet altitude at Cumbre del Oro. Let's see if we have any views for this one. And we'll back out. We have no views. So we're moving on to Sucampa. Sucampa is a large stratovolcano at the border of Argentina and Chile. Part of the Chilean and Argentine Andean volcanic belt, it is part of the Central Volcanic Zone, one of the various segments of the AVB. This part of the Andean volcanic arc begins in Peru and runs first through Bolivia and Chile, and then through Argentina and Chile, and contains about 44 active volcanoes. Sucampa lies close to the pass of the same name, where the Salta-Antofagasta Railway crosses the border. We have no views for this one, so we're moving on to the next one. Dill Volcanic Complex. Dill Volcanic Complex is a volcanic complex in Argentina. Subduction off the western coast of South America has been ongoing since the Jurassic, and beginning with the Oligocene, led to volcanism in the Puna de Atacama region, which became particularly intense 10 million years ago. Some of this volcanism was focused along faults that run perpendicular diagonal to the subduction zone, such as the Calama Olacapato El Toro Fault. The volcanoes Cerro Tuzgal and Dill Volcanic Complex are among them. And we can come over here. Wait, let's go. Well, there's several. There's one here, and there's one here. We'll go over here. And then we can turn all the way around and look at rocks. Okay, this is the area that we're looking at back over in here. This is a volcanic complex. And these right here are cactuses. Lots of cactuses. And don't ever touch one of those. They hurt. And moving on to the next one. Tabenquicho. Cerro Tabenquicho. This is a volcano in Argentina. The volcano is constructed by lava domes, lava flows, pyroclastic flows. Among its eruption are potassium-rich dicites, which show evidence of having interacted with the crust when it formed. The volcano was active between 14 and 6 million years ago. As volcanism waned, mafic activity started up elsewhere in the Puna. Tabenquicho, together with other volcanoes such as Antofalo, is a back-arc stratovolcano of the Puna. These volcanoes developed starting from 15 to 14 million years ago in response to a change in the subduction of the Nazca Plate beneath the South American plate. These edifices are voluminous, and volcanic activity on them long-lasting. Tabenquicho, together with Galan, Lyoko, and some monogenic volcanoes, forms the so-called Archibarca volcano lineament. That is so interesting. Okay, so let's go to TD. And let's see if there's any views over here at all. So as we get further out, we may not have as many views, but we got something over here. So we'll go over here and look, because all this is involved. We'll go right here. And we turn and look this way, and there's people there. But the area that we're looking at is back over in here, past these people. Okay, moving on to the next one is Tipas. This is Volcan Walter Pink. This is a massive, complex volcano in the Andes, located on the northern Argentina. It is just southwest of Ojos del Salado, the highest volcano in the world. Tipas itself is perhaps the third highest active volcano in the world, and it consists of stratovolcanoes, lava domes, and lava flows. Its summit is 21,877 feet above sea level, and the complex covers a surface of 25 square kilometers. There are reports of fumarolic activity, and De Silva and Francois in 1991 considered that the volcano was last active in the Holocene. The Tipas Serra Biocomplex was active 2.9 to 1.2 million years ago with dacites and rhyolites. Magma composition is typical for the Andean stratovolcanoes. Tomographic studies of the underlying crust indicate a pattern of seismic attenuation beneath Tipas. This massive volcanic complex is the world's third highest active volcano, but remains largely unknown. Serra Tipas, also known as Walter Pink or Cazadero, is located immediately southwest of its better-known neighbor, Nevada's Ojos del Salado, Earth's highest volcano. The summit of Tipas lies within Argentina, immediately south of the Chilean border. This complex of craters, cones, lava domes, and lava flows covers an area of 25 kilometers. It displays a youthful morphology, and its latest eruptions were considered by De Silva and Francois in 1991 to be of Holocene age. This is a campground over here, and there's another campground here. So we'll see if there's any pictures or views in this area. And there don't appear to be any. Let me try one more time. And there are none, so we're moving on to the next one, which is Tocumar. Tocumar is a Pleistocene volcano in Jujuy Province, Argentina, located in the Argentine segment of the Andean volcanic belt. It is part of the Central Volcanic Zone of the Andes, which is one of the 4 distinct volcanic belts in South America. The Central Volcanic Zone consists of about 44 active volcanoes and large calderas of the Antiplano Puna complex. Its volcanism is caused by the subduction of the Nazca Plate beneath the South American Plate and the Peru-Chile Trench. But its Tocumar volcanism is further influenced by a large fault zone, the Calama Olacapato El Toro Fault, which runs diagonally across the volcanic arc. Tocumar has generated several pyroclastic flows during the Pleistocene as well as phreatomagmatic activity, and a magma chamber may still exist beneath the volcano. Hot springs are found at the volcano center and have been prospected for the generation of geothermal power. The water discharged by the springs eventually forms the Tocumar River. Wetlands are found in the area. Other than this, Tocumar was used as a source of obsidian in antiquity and more recently as a candidate site for a gamma ray observation and as a mine. We can see, looks as though there's mine activity here. Let's see if we have any views. We have no views in this area. This is something I'm noticing, not meaning that it is, but I've noticed that in the areas that there's mine activity, there's often not any views in that area. The next one is Trocom. Trocon is a lava dome complex in Argentina. It has 2 summit craters and a pyroclastic cone. It is of estimated Pleistocene to Holocene age. The complex rises from an altitude of 6,457 feet and has 2 summit craters. The volume of the edifice is ill-defined, ranging from 0.86 to 20.37 cubic miles. Lava flows extend eastward from a pyroclastic cone. So let's see if we can find the cone. This is Volcanic Cone here. So we're going to, 2D. We're going to see where we have views at. We have views here and down here. So let's see. We have views all throughout here, so we're going to pick one that seems closest. So we're going to go here. So this is our area that we're looking at. This is Neuquén. This is thanks to Google. That is neat looking. Look at the formations over here. So we're not over in the area that I wanted to be in, but this is still a neat look. What we were looking at was over in here. We're going to go up over here. We're still not in the area that I want to be in, but it's still a view of Argentina. Thanks to Google. And moving on to the next one is Tromen. Volcan Tromen is here. And this is a stratovolcano in western Argentina. It rises above the older caldera of the volcan Negra De Toros. So it's here, and this is the older one. And we have a view from the lake. So we're going to go to the lake. Okay, now we're looking back over this way. What a view, huh? So where we were at was here, and we were looking over here. Next one is Tultul, Del Medio, and Poquitos. I'm going to back out a little bit. And you can see we're looking at 3 different ones here. And these are 3 volcanoes in Argentina. Since the Jurassic subduction off the western margin of South America has generated volcanism, which after starting in the Cordillera de la Costa, now occurs in the Andes. Since the Oligocene and the Puna has been volcanically active as well, there are some stratovolcanoes, including Tultul, Del Medio, and Poquitos, are aligned on the Calama of the Capato El Toro fault, which cuts across the plateau in southeast direction. Tultul, Del Medio, and Poquitos are constructed by andesite and dacite, form a 22-mile-long alignment. Del Medio and Poquitos both feature traces of their southern flank collapsing, and both have a summit caldera 2.2 miles and 1.9 miles wide, respectively. Tultul has a central vent which forms andesitic lava flows, and later above these flows dacitic domes. The volcanoes were active 8 to 6 million years ago during the Miocene. Lava domes were emplaced on all 3 volcanoes late in their history. The magmas are constructed. These volcanoes appear to have origin in the lower crust from a garnet-bearing precursor. We do have a view here that is from behind one of the areas, so we're going to go look over here. So the area we're going to look at is back this way. Should be over here, so you can see the 3 this way. That's kind of cool. And you got a view from behind, so that's 1, 2, and 3. Thank you, strange person. I appreciate it. Now we're on to the next one. Veracruz Pampa. I'm a stranger person, sorry. Don't know you, but I appreciate all the people who've taken their time to take videos of these areas. Okay, this is a volcano in Argentina. It is part of the central volcanic zone of the Andes and is located on the southeastern margin of the Puna Plateau. It consists out of the 30-kilometer or 19-mile wide volcanic complex that is constructed by outwards propagating lava flows. The center of the complex is carved out by 18 kilometers, 11-mile wide depression, which was originally interpreted as a caldera but appears to be erosional in origin. It is drained southward by the Rio Vicuna Pampa. The volcano was constructed in two phases. In the first phase, about 12 million years ago, the main volcanic edifice was constructed out of lava flows and probably formed a steep cone. After this stage, a phase of erosion, probably aided by higher orographic precipitation, carved the present-day Central Depression. The second stage took place within the Central Depression and consists of lava domes. That is cool. And moving on to the next one, Vidma. Volcan Vidma is here. This is a subglacial volcano located below the ice of the southern Patagonian ice field, an area disputed between Argentina and Chile. The 1988 eruption deposited ash and pumice on the ice field and produced a mudflow that reached Vidma Lake. The exact position of the edifice is unclear, both owing to the ice cover and because the candidate position, the Vidma Nanatak, does not clearly appear to be of volcanic nature. Numerous ash layers of the Vidma Lake indicate numerous past eruptions. This is Cerro Torre over there. So I'm wondering if there's anything over here so we can see this area. So we'll look from here. Oops, sorry, dude. So we can look out this way. And we can see the areas out here. This is neat. This picture has been cut off just a little bit, but it's still awesome. And moving on to the next one, the llama. Vilama is a super volcano, Miocene caldera in Bolivia and Argentina, straddling the border between the two countries. It is part of the Central Volcanic Zone, one of the 4 volcanic belts in the Andes. Vilama is remote and forms part of the Altiplano Puna volcanic complex, a province of large calderas and associated ignimbrites that were active since about 8 million years ago, sometimes in the form of supervolcanoes. The Vilama caldera was originally estimated to have a size of 40 by 60 kilometers, or 25 miles by 40 miles, but the size was later revised to be between 9.3 and 11.2 miles, and 22 by 25 miles, and is almost entirely buried beneath younger volcanoes that have grown along the margin of the caldera. Volcanic activity on these volcanoes continued into the Pleistocene. Several lakes also developed on the floor of the caldera, which contains a resurgent dome. Vilama is the source of an enormous Vilama ignimbrite, which was in place during an eruption with a volcanic explosivity index of 8, about 8.4 to 8.5 million years ago. A large amount of Vilama ignimbrite is inside the caldera depression, while the part outside the caldera covers a surface area exceeding 1,500 square miles. The total volume of ignimbrite is about 290 to 430 cubic miles, possibly as much as 500 cubic miles. Another large ignimbrite, the Siphon ignimbrite, may also have been erupted by Vilama, while the Granada ignimbrite was later attributed to a separate volcano. So this is Vilama. And I'm curious if there is a view here, so we're going to back up. No, there's no view here. And moving on to the next one, Sierra Nevada. Which I believe has been active recently. Sierra Nevada is a late Pliocene glaciated stratovolcano with a 7-kilometer long east-west zone of fissure vents that lies about 15 kilometers northeast of the Lyama volcano. The age of Sierra Nevada has been considered to be a late Pleistocene or late Pleistocene to Holocene. Naranjo noted that no eruptions have occurred during the Holocene. The volcano has erupted dominantly andesitic to basaltic lava flows and pyroclastic material and has produced pyroclastic flows in lahars. So this one has not been active recently, which is good. We're going to check and see if we got a view for this one. Yes, we do, right at the bottom. So let's go here. Wow, trees. Okay, so our view is up here. We don't get to see the whole thing, but this is really cool. Oh wait, maybe we can. We're following the person down the trail. Okay, you guys, so I'm not going to get too much of the picture on here. Wow, check that out. Is that gorgeous or what? That's a view. Okay, guys, on to the next one. Pinot Hashanah. This is a caldera in the Neuquén Andes of Argentina. It was constructed along one of the branches of the major regional Neuquén-Afqui fault system. The 12-kilometer wide caldera is 150 meters deep. Following the eruption of dacic and rhyolitic ignimbrites post-caldera trachydacitic lava flows were erupted. Radiometric dates of about 1.6 and 1.2 million years were obtained on post-caldera rocks. So we can see this is the caldera. And there is a road here, so I wonder if there's a view here. Oops, we don't want 3D. Okay, there we go. Yes, we do have a view. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to go right here. And the caldera is on the other side here. So we don't get to see the inside area, but or maybe we are in. We were in. Okay, so that was really interesting. Let me see here. If we've got any other views here, we'll go here. So we can see back in there. What a view. Thank you, Google. And moving on to the next one. Taylor hue. Wow. This is a dominantly Pleistocene Telugu and Pinosola volcanic complexes lie northwest of the Pleistocene Pilo Hachado caldera and the Nanquin Andes of Argentina, east of main Andes-Argentina divide. Initial trachytecite eruptions were followed by the eruption of the small lava domes and basaltic pyroclastics along the northwest trending fracture during postglacial time. And the only view we have is over here, so it's not close enough. And moving on to the next one, Trelon. Trelon, also called Tracon, volcano lies in Argentina, northeast of the Caldera del Agrio, and is grouped here together with Cerro Bayo Cone, 10 kilometers east-southeast. The dacic andesitic lava dome complex has two summit craters and pyroclastic cone that fed andesitic lava flows that traveled to the east. Gonzalez Barron in 1995 estimated an age of Pleistocene to Holocene. This is Trelon here. And the only view we have is from over here. I don't see one for that, but let's try this one. We'll see if we have anything back this way. This is Copahu over here. So we're going to look to that way. Well, it's snowing. Oops, people. Huh? The area we're looking at is actually over in here. Isn't that gorgeous? It's snowing out. Okay, moving on to the next one. Peuchi Volcanic Field. Peuchi Volcanic Field is Pleistocene Pulch Volcanic Field. It is the largest cluster of the Quaternary rhyolitic lava flows known to date in the southern volcanic zones of the Andes. I think my nose is stopped up, you guys. Oops. We only have views from over here, so we'll go around this side. Laguna del Mol. There's a lagoon over here. Whoa, okay. We are definitely not where I wanted to be, but this is cool. Could still get a good loot. Wow, that's neat. And there's a waterfall over here. Okay, guys, moving on to the next one. Descan Bazado Grande. Descan Bazado Grande volcan is late Pleistocene to Holocene andesitic to rhyolitic stratovolcano with a 1.5 kilometer wide ice-filled summit crater. Along with Serra Azul, only 7 kilometers to the south, Descabazero Grande lies at the center of a 20 by 30 kilometer volcanic field. A lateral crater which formed on the upper north-northeast flank in 1932, shortly after the end of a major 1932 eruption. It's Sunday. Sorry, you guys. My daughter just came in to ask me what day it was. She's looking for mail. A lateral crater which formed on the upper north-northeast flank in 1932, shortly after the end of the major 1932 eruption from nearby Quizapu volcano on the north flank of Serra Azul, was the site of the only historical eruption. The Holocene Alto de la Mulas fissure on the lower northwest flank produced young rhyodacite lava flows. Numerous small late Pleistocene to Holocene volcanic centers are located north of the volcano. The northernmost of these, Laguna de Volcano, or Murtagh, produced a very youthful rhyodacite lava flow that dammed the Rio Luntu. And this is Volcan Quizapa over here. We're going to see if we do have a view right up on top. That is awesome. Okay. Now we're going to have an awesome view out here. Check this out. People's, oops. Okay, so this is in the inside here. This is really cool. This is the crater at the top. Then moving on to the next one, which is Sordo Lucas. Sordo Lucas is a highly eroded stratovolcano of Pleistocene age. And I see there's a road area over that way, so we're going to go over here and see if there is a view. And there is a view over this way, so we'll go over here and look back. Whoa, nighttime, don't see anything. Oops. Okay, you guys. Well, it's nighttime, but what we're looking at is over here. Check out the stars. Wow. Okay, you guys. So y'all can see the stars over here. And what we're looking at is over in this area. That is like totally cool. Look at the stars out there. Wow. That was one view. And let's see if we can get another view. That was, oops, didn't mean to do that. We're going to move on to Lian Zeleno Volcanic Field. Oh, it's kind of like an elephant there. Okay. This is a Pleistocene Plio to Pleistocene Licanello volcanic field lies west of the saline lake of the same name in the Mendoza province of Argentina. The field includes scoria cones, tuff cones, and tuff rings, often described as covering an area of 10,700 kilometers. That zone includes the Cerro Nevado and the northern Mendoza volcanic fields. But you can see the cones and stuff here. We're going to go see if we got a road view. And we do. Awesome. Okay, so we're right here. So the area we want to look at is over to this area, over this way, and we have a bunch of bushes. Okay, let's see if we can go further down. We can look back this way. This is the area we want to look at back there. So this is our area. Not the best view, but gives you some idea. This is the Mendoza province. Our next one we want to look at is Cerro Nevado. This Cerro Nevado volcanic field is located north of Payún Matru and west of Lincanelo volcanic field. The exact bounds vary depending on the researcher, with the area between the Cerro Nevado stratovolcano and Payún Matru being considered part of the Payún Matru, Cerro Nevado, or Lincanelo volcanic fields, or simply generically within the Paeania volcanic province. Argon ages reported by Ramos and Folguera are around 1.32 million years ago. And we do have a view over here, so we'll go to this one right here. And then we'll look back this way. The Sierra Nevada is back here. So we can see it here, along with cones. Our next one is Northern Mendoza Volcanic Field. In the northern part of the Pleistocene, Mendoza Volcanic Field contains more than 80 volcanic centers, mostly basaltic cinder cones, but also diamite stratovolcano. This is the diamite stratovolcano here. A small shield volcano and tuff rings and tuff cones. The smaller Infernilla volcanic field of late Pleistocene to Holocene age at the southwest part of the larger volcanic field is listed separately in this compilation. There's a power station here. And we do have a view here, so we're going to go right here so we can view the volcano in this volcanic field. We can view, this is the volcano here, and then there's cinder cones here. And I'm going to go further down here, so we'll look out here. There we go. There we have a view of the volcano. And moving on to the next one, Nevado de las Pequinas. The Pleistocene volcano, Nevado de las Pequinas, is the southernmost volcano of the Tupungatito volcanic group. A 5.5 kilometer wide amphitheater is open to the east. Moreno and Arajo, 1991. And this is Alto San Juan over here. And we have views here, but it's not close enough, but still, we'll go and look anyway. Wow, what a view. Oops, people, more people. This is awesome. And moving on to the next one, Akua Mahuta Volcanic Field. And you can see Volcan Akua Mahuta Volcan over here. And this is the volcanic field. Akua Mahuta is a large basaltic shield volcano described by Folguera and Ramos in 2011 as having a well-preserved central crater and an andesite plug. Most of the lavas recently dated using Archon are 0.8 to 1.7 million years in range. And let's see if we have a view for the volcano. We do not. Okay, let's see on 2D. So this is the volcano over here. And it does look like there's been some mining here. And the only views are too far away to look. Moving on to the next one. Laguna Bianca. Laguna Blanca. Laguna Blanca is here. A group of cinder cones and associated lava flows southwest of the town of Zapala at the southern end of the Loncope Graben form the Laguna Blanca volcanic field, a morphologically pristine cinder cone on the northern shore of Laguna Blanca is a prominent feature of the Laguna Blanca National Park, noted for its aquatic bird fauna, including black-necked swans and flamingos. The youthful-looking basaltic to tracy dacitic cinder cones and small shield volcanoes are considered to be Holocene age, with no radiometric ages available. And we do have a view over here, so we're going to go right over here. You can see this is a volcanic field, and here's the lagoon. And here's the cinder cone over here. There's another cinder cone there. And moving on to the next one is Nevados de Caberga. Cabergo? Berga. Nevada's de Caberga group, east of Lyoko Caberga, has an archon dating of 2.4 to 0.8 million years ago. The location given by Laura et al. Lies east of the location shown on the topo map. So let's do a TD. We'll look over this way. And it sits over in this area. Moving on to the next one. Cerro Trotrin. And this is the last one. This is Cerro Trotrin in Chile. Lies at the northwest end of an area of Pleistocene volcanism along the Chile-Argentina border. The high point of the complex, Cerro Norte Divertium, lies along this border southeast of Cerro Trotrin. The date of this volcano is 0.8 to 0.5 million years. And thank you guys for tuning in to view. I'm going to look down this area real quick, see if there's a view down in here. There isn't. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe. Our next video will be on Chile. Thank you. And also below the video, you can find the KML for the maps to download for Argentina. You can download them to your Google. Thank you and have a nice day.